is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler. Tyler?
Dragon Tyler.
Jake and Tyler.
That's how it goes.
What's going on, everybody?
Wow. Are you taking the lead this week? just chiming in?
I just
Know
said,
your place, Tyler.
I just said, what's going on, everybody?
All I
Jeez.
said was, what's going on?
Holy shit.
Why are you so mean?
Why are you calling down the thunder?
No, but you did. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
he's not Thor. Don't get your hopes up.
No, but we are going to touch on Thor: Love and Thunder. We're going to talk.
We're going to touch on a lot of things.
We're going to touch on a lot of things. There's no,
Yes.
a lot of times, with the proliferation of superhero movies and TV shows
There's a little
and
bit of a
comic
lull.
book related stuff, there usually is some sort of big news story that we can talk about every
Yeah.
week. But this week, not so much.
I like this one.
Yeah.
It's a little bit
and
more.
we already reviewed episode 2 of Moon Knight, so we don't need to talk about that.
Well,
so
the funny thing about that, Tyler, I looked at it. I think, except for we're recording on Sunday, so except for yesterday, I think we put out a piece of content, at least on our YouTube channel, every day.
Wow.
At least I know for sure we put out 3 episodes on Monday, or 3 clips on Monday.
So go check it out.
But yeah, I think throughout the week we put that because we had Moon Knight up on Wednesday. I think I put up a separate. I put up the trans representation thing on Thursday, and then I put up my Halo review on Friday. So I've been trying to be consistent with just getting content over on our YouTube channel. So yeah, check it out, YouTube. If you we don't have a bunch of subscribers. We only have 8 subscribers. So you can get on the ground floor. Folks.
Yeah. And I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna make a promise to you. Once we get 100 subscribers, if you're one of the first 10,
I'll kiss you on the mouth.
Yep.
Consensually.
Well, yeah.
You gotta agree to it. Otherwise, we'll kiss each other.
Otherwise, I'll give you $1 each.
I kissed a man once.
I kissed a man.
It was a dare.
Yeah.
Because I was in high school.
Yeah. Who hasn't?
Honestly, that's not a fake story. I just wanted to see your response. And you know what? That's very progressive of you. To be like, okay. So, to be honest, I've kissed a lot of dudes.
Who hasn't?
As a celebratory thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm kissing everybody on New Year's. I don't care. Man, woman,
Hey,
dog. I'm kissing you.
It's cool.
So anyway, let's start this awkward episode.
No, but hey, listen, no, that's a good point though. We are a really progressive show, and we talk a lot. The reason why we think that we have a better take on a lot of things is because we're not completely bigoted assholes.
Well, it's not because when we see a woman in a leading role, or a person of color
that is a man in the comics or something,
or if we're like, oh my god, a minority has a job, how dare they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like any sort of thing outside of a white person, they
we don't do that because but yeah, we're pretty progressive. So
yeah, well, it is what it is. Speaking of when there's really
speaking of progressive and things in your mouth,
wow, wow.
Because we know what kissing dudes leads to.
I kiss a dude a few times. Or kiss.
All of a sudden, I'm sucking dicks.
It wasn't the same guy. It was different guys.
Wow, you fucking slut.
It was New Year's.
I'm totally slut shaming him. Isn't that terrible?
I think it's because deep down you want me to kiss you. It's fine. That was totally unprompted. Good job.
Interestingly enough, when we do that, Cooper goes apeshit.
When we show any sort of we hug each other, he's like, "No, thank you."
Hey, hang on a second.
He does that even when I hug my wife. He does that. He's like, "No,
yeah,
not okay."
Yeah, well, because he wants in on it.
I know he's jealous.
So, speaking of things in your mouth, we have a great.
What?
I knew. Well, I was talking about before we started.
I know.
God,
it just seems like out of left field.
Speaking of dogs in your mouth,
what's in my mouth, Kevin? Anyway, go on. Here's Kevin's tongue.
How'd they go, Kevin? Pretty good. Okay, what's going on?
Wow, we are off the rails, and we're 5 minutes into the show.
On the way over here.
Yeah, do not let him eat those because it'll be spicy poops.
We didn't. No, he was actually going for the lollipop.
Wrapper. Oh.
But
That's what did you get for having candy?
we didn't have, like I said, like a main topic this week. So I thought let's grab something maybe from. I love going around at like a come and go or something like a gas station on the way out here, and like trying to think of something for what's in my mouth. And you know, I found like. You know, there's the extreme candies, but I'm willing to bet that you probably tried them before when you were like younger because they've been around since you were a kid. I'm not a big sour candy guy, but I went over and looked at the nuts, and they had. I like the Blue Diamond flavor, like the wasabi soy sauce flavored almonds. Have you had those? They have a couple different flavors. It's in a little can.
Are you talking about the pecans, or are you talking about?
It's
or
the
not
almonds.
pecans? Pistachios.
Almonds. It's a little can.
Nah, but no, I've had the spicy pistachios.
Okay.
But I've not had the spicy almonds.
But I'm a big fan of like the Blue Diamond wasabi soy sauce almonds that you can buy at the store, and they're really, really freaking tasty. But I thought it'd be fun. I found a Blue Diamond Extremes.
Oh.
Why does everything gotta be so fucking extreme? I feel like we should only eat one of these each. Like one is fine.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know how you handle spice.
Maybe wash our hands afterwards. Well, I do know this. As much as I love spicy stuff, I am a spicy food guy. I love fucking spicy. I don't like Tabasco sauce because to me it's just hot for hot's sake. Now the green Tabasco sauce is great because it's hot, but it's got flavor. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna smell these. This is
Okay.
Carolina Reaper.
Sorry, while you were doing that, I was pulling up an article I wanted to use for the show, and I read something, and I was like, oh, okay. Anyway.
The point is that I'm really good at spice, but for some reason, when I've had Reaper stuff...
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, dude, back when I used to do a wrestling podcast, we used to do a funny content.
We're each having one.
The funny content we used to make for our YouTube there was, like, we would do punishments if you didn't get your predictions. It was like we would do predictions for the pay-per-views. Mm-hmm. And if you wouldn't get the predictions, you'd have to eat, like, one of them was you had to eat a habanero pepper. And I don't know if you've had a habanero pepper straight up.
I have.
It is fucking brutal.
Yes. So, real quick, we're going to eat them.
Cooper, no.
And
Hey.
you are holding your almond with your fingertips. Do not rub your eye with those fingers. We might pause it and wash our hands.
I do more with my right hand anyway.
I know, but the
idea
idea that you could
what if we
scares
build
me.
it up and it's not even that hot?
Right, well, let's do it.
All right,
okay, here we go. One each.
Gotta get the crunch. Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Okay. All right. Okay. It's not stopping. It's getting worse.
It's like hot right away.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow.
Woo!
Holy shit.
Man, that burns.
Oh, my God.
Why did you buy a whole bag?
I want to cut my tongue out.
Okay, now you're being dramatic.
Okay.
Why are you drinking a Coke? That's just going to make it worse. Wow. It's kind of incredible. Usually those will hit you right away, but whoo boy.
I'll tell you what, folks, just a heads up from me to you. If you can't afford shit.
If
you can't afford almonds, you can get the same effect by hauling off and just punching yourself in the face as hard as you can.
Yeah. I would never eat that again.
Oh, I don't want any more.
You know what this don't put your hands in your face. What are you doing?
No, it was just in my palm.
You know what these nuts are doing right now?
I'll eat your ass.
That's what they're doing. That's what it said when it went in my mouth. It was just like,
I'll eat your ass.
That's what it felt like.
My entire mouth is on fire. Like I said, I don't
$1 million, bitch.
I don't do good with the Reapers.
Yeah. Ooh.
So while
it's not honestly.
It's just
you
irritating
sit with
now.
it. But that's the thing I hate about eating spicy foods, because it always sits on like your lips and the tip of your tongue. So you always have that flavoring like right on the tip of your tongue and yeah. But that isn't the I've had
oh God.
I've had this like Reaper sauce. Back in the day when I used to work at this radio station.
Yeah.
And I put it on my pizza because it was actually pretty good sauce. Like it had a good heat, but it was a good sauce. And I put too much of it on my pizza, dude, and that just wrecked my stomach. And I ain't even talking about like the shit. I'm talking about like just in general. Like I didn't feel well.
I think we should pause it and go wash our hands.
You're fine. Are you losing it over there?
No, I just want to wash my hands so I don't accidentally put it in my eye. Start it.
Tyler's got done washing his hands. I got done washing my hands. I can still feel it on the tip of my tongue.
I'm still crying.
Don't be sad.
Don't be sad, Tyler.
One toke over the line, sweet Tyler. We're going to make that a song one day.
We are. We're going to sell it as an NFT.
Nice. No, we're not. We're not going to scam people.
No, we're scamming rich people who have nothing better to do with their money.
Scam Jimmy Fallon and his stupid ape.
Sure.
That is one of the cringiest segments I've ever seen.
What are you talking about?
He had Paris Hilton. This was like months ago, but he had Paris Hilton on the show, and she talked about how she just got into NFTs and bought an NFT, and it was like this. There's this like NFT that's a lazy ape or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, cool. Oh, you got one too? I'm Jimmy Fallon. Here, let me show you my NFT that's an ape." And it's like, I was like, this is just sad.
Jimmy Fallon's a shill.
Hey, but we're winning, everybody. NFTs are on the downslope in terms of Google Trends and Google Search. So maybe
yeah,
it's
but
over.
cryptocurrency is still fucking high and mighty.
You could. Here's the thing. NFT.
Hey, Matt Damon, you lost all your cred as an actor when you did that. Fucking
Larry
commercial,
David did too.
Yeah, both of you. Yeah.
Look. You could explain cryptocurrency a million times to me. You could explain NFTs a million times to me. I still wouldn't understand it. Mm-hmm. I still don't understand it, and I never will understand it.
I understand the basics enough to do some trading of my own.
Oh, wow.
Hey, cryptocurrency paid my whole way for your bachelor party.
Honestly, you can make a lot of money playing that game. And again, I don't understand it.
Was
bad mother crusher.
Literally funded by selling cryptocurrency while I was in Denver.
You were looking at me, and I was like, "You're gonna sell," and I said,
"Shut your face up and do it."
Did you?
Huh.
Anyway, let's.
You burnt the fucking money.
Let's talk about. Speaking of which, that I think will be up on Friday. We just released this past Friday. Content every day. Friday, we did get our off-panel, off-commando commentary. That went up on our.
Make sure you check it out.
Friday.
It's really fun.
Yes, I'm going to try. I do want to try and watch it with the commentary because I have not watched the movie with the commentary yet. So
I haven't either. You know what's really interesting too? We made that before your baby was born,
and we were going to use it as an episode to keep the content.
We
going,
actually haven't stopped,
and we never stopped.
Not really. I mean, there was like a week I wasn't over here, but I think I was over that following Sunday.
But. We recorded a Friday episode.
Did we? I stopped over one day to pick up some equipment.
We didn't record on Sunday. That Sunday. We recorded on a Friday. Okay. We posted on a Friday. Yeah, so it's all out of whack.
Yeah.
We recorded that and RoboCop to be like supplemental things for when I'm gone, and then we just never stopped. So RoboCop will be up on Friday on the feed. So if you want to sit down and watch the director's cut and hear two idiots talk about how much they love it, you can do that. And we'll do more in the future. The only problem with the commentaries is we have to carve out like 2 hours.
That's why Commando was so great. It's a tight 90 minutes.
And there's some movies I'd love to cover, but then I'm also like, I don't really want to do a 2.5 hour commentary.
Right.
It's a tricky game.
Let's say this. Commando was really easy to do a commentary to. I think
so was RoboCop.
RoboCop was not as easy because Commando has a lot of tongue-in-cheek moments, more so than RoboCop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there was more to like laugh at and spoof and whatnot.
Speaking of
RoboCop was more reverential.
Speaking of
which is funny because it's a story about
RoboCop
Jesus.
and Verhoeven, I watched Starship Troopers recently.
Good movie.
Rewatched that. I gotta say, I love that people that love the book hate the movie.
Yeah.
Because they don't realize that the movie is taking the piss out of the book. because it was written by Robert A. Heinlein.
Oh, it's an incredible Heinlein.
It's super pro-military. It's super
incredibly fascist, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I love that the movie flips it on its head and mocks those themes.
But the book was intended as satire as well. The book is intended to satirize fascists.
Yeah. So I think that people miss the point of the movie too, because the movie was trying to do what the book was doing. But I mean, yes, we got space from like it's super influential. I mean, super. Heinlein or whatever the
Heinlein.
fuck. Who cares? He's dead.
Stranger in a Strange Land is one of the best.
But that's my
most
problem.
revered science fiction.
But that's my problem. His politics are so complicated, and he's a complicated human because he's made some. He's made some of the most seminal. He's made the most important sci-fi stories, but he's up there with Asimov and Clarke of like big influential sci-fi writers. So he's responsible. Like him, I don't know if he directly is responsible for it, but he's the one who really pushed the idea of space marines and intergalactic warfare and all this shit. So like Star Wars and Star Trek and Stargate SG-1 and The Expanse. All this can really you can kind of find a line from that to this. But the movie is so incredible in the fact that it's a bad movie in a sense that the acting is god-awful.
Yeah.
The visual effects sometimes hit really well for a movie made in 97, but then there's other times I'm like, oof, we were still figuring that one out.
Let's be honest, though. A lot of the bug scenes are
pretty good.
Spot on, man.
Pretty good.
A lot of them.
Dude, and because they mixed we talked about this earlier, they mixed the practical with the CG.
Exactly. Like
when he jumps on that big-ass beetle and he shoots the hole in it and he throws a grenade in it, like that, he's riding something. Like that is, and the brain bug at the end of the movie, that's an animatronic. Like, so they incorporated it as much. And this is such a roundabout way of saying,
what are we talking about?
Well, what I wanted to talk to you about before the show, and then I was heartbroken. You ripped my heart out while I was still beating. Because I've been rewatching the Blade movies.
Here it comes.
And then I find out that you've never seen a Blade movie.
Oh, my God.
And I thought, how is that possible?
I'm just not a huge Blade guy.
Are you not a Wesley Snipes fan?
I'm a Wesley Snipes fan. I liked. I'll be honest. My favorite Wesley Snipes role ever is Simon Phoenix.
Oh yeah, dude. He
chews the scenery. He's having so much fun. You can tell.
If you like that performance, you'll like Blade. But here's the thing about Blade though, it has Wesley Snipes' personality, but it's much more controlled.
Do you have any of them?
No, but
my Wi-Fi's out at home. Otherwise, I'd go home and watch them right now. And I don't have Netflix.
Oh, I'm just saying they're all on Netflix.
Netflix is the one streaming service that I refuse to have.
Why?
Because as soon as a show gets really good, instead of
they just cancel it.
Yeah, so fuck you, Netflix. Eat a dick.
Well, you can
unless you're Karate Kid. Oh. Which, by the way, is a great show.
I'll break your heart. I've never watched a single friggin' episode of Cobra Kai.
That's
Not
okay.
One.
That's okay, because you know what? Karate Kid didn't come out when you were 9. It did when I was 9.
You're right. You might be onto something. I think it's a generational thing because
Karate Kid was a big part of my childhood.
I will
huge.
Say,
I bought the novelization of Karate Kid Part 2.
I love my dad. Rest in peace. But he had some character flaws as a father, mostly letting me watch Blade at a young age. Because Blade 1 came out in 98.
Yeah. When you were 4?
6. Or would have been, I was 5. Would have been, yeah, God, math is fucked up. I would have been 5. But I only say maybe 6 because I
think I tried cocaine before you were potty trained.
Because
I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember when.
Because you were born in 93?
But I don't think I actually watched Blade when it came out. I watched it later, I'm pretty sure, because I watched it like right around the time that Blade 2 was coming out.
Probably 2001,
but
maybe?
I think it is a generational thing. Yeah. No, because Blade 1 came out in 98, and then, Blade 2 came out in 2002. Which I might hold off on doing a review on that no, I'm already past the date. Because I was going to do it because it's 20 years old. It just turned 20. And I think we already passed the date because I think it came out in like March.
We need to look up like some movie anniversaries coming up so we can
Spider-Man, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, May 1st. No, Yeah, I think May 1st, 2002. So that
Weren't we gonna rewatch all of them?
God, do you think you have time to watch 8 fucking movies? I have a kid now, dude. I don't have that kind of time. Not anymore. But anyway, no, that was. I think you are absolutely onto something because Blade was such a cool, hot property when I was younger, and especially when Blade 2 came out, like that was a huge deal.
Here's what I know about Blade. I do know that it is an incredibly beloved franchise, and that there were people who were like, when they heard Blade was coming back, they were like, "Bring back Wesley Snipes."
And I'm one of those people that Mahershala Ali is going to be great because he's great and everything.
He's fucking awesome.
But I am someone who really wishes that
he's gonna have a cameo. In the movie.
And look, Wesley Snipes was a class act about it on Twitter. He's like, he'll do great. I'm excited for what he's gonna do, and I respect him for that. But
because he knows he's probably too old to do it now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't work him in, not as Blade, but like have him be like some sort of character.
Yeah.
Maybe they make him like an older Wesley Snipes is his Whistler. That would be a really cool idea.
That would be fucking awesome.
Free idea, Marvel.
We'll take $10,000.
No,
in crypto.
It has to be a grizzled old white man to be Whistler. That's it.
Oh, sure.
And that's the thing too. I love those Blade movies. I don't know how accurate they are to the comics because I've never read one Blade.
See, he's
comic
not
book.
even that big of a. He's kind of a big deal now because he's a member of the Avengers, but he's not real. I mean, he's basically in the comics right now. The vampires have their own nation, and Blade's job is to make sure that nobody gets out and nobody gets in. So he's not even in the Avengers. He's a member of the Avengers, but he's
May 3rd,
okay,
2022.
but he's kind of a reserve member. And he's never been that big of a presence in the comics.
And that's
never.
That's what's so
really.
I think that's what makes those movies so special. And Blade Trinity isn't great. I'll be honest. It's kind of, but that's what makes those movies so special is because they were the first to really go out there and do something that Morbius should have done. And they took a character that not a lot of people know, and they got a fucking movie star like Wesley Snipes to get on board, and they kind of just carved out their own path because nobody was doing it. Nobody cared about, especially, and this is also the time where Marvel, because I can't remember, I don't know who owned the license. I want to say, it's gonna drive me nuts. New Line. New Line had the license.
Yeah.
This is at the time where Marvel was bankrupt in the 90s, so they were selling off their property. So New Line Cinema picks up Blade. This is the
New
production.
Line Cinema actually bought Marvel at one point back in the 90s.
And this is the company that made the Friday the 13th movies. They made the
they also made
Nightmare on Elm Street. So they're like, ooh, we can really keep tapping into that horror market and do a more of like this vampire action movie. And I rewatched. I fell asleep watching the first one because it was late at night. It was in between taking care of the baby. But man, dude, I rewatched that first movie, and it's so good, and it's so amazing to me that movie came out in '98 and it worked. Like, are there moments? And you know what? It's fine that I fell asleep because I've seen that movie a million fucking times. But there are moments where it's like, okay, this movie was made in the 90s. There are some moments that are like, meh, but they're really not that much in that first movie. Like, it is a very subdued, grounded comic book movie that you don't really see anymore. And again, where Sony falters with Morbius, and I'm sorry, I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to fuck up Craven because they can't do anything right. I don't understand how after those first 2 Raimi Spider-Man movies, they just continue to take a gun and shoot off all their fucking toes on their feet.
This isn't
they
shooting
can't
yourself
get it right.
in the foot. This is taking a fully automatic weapon and aiming it at your toes, Sony.
Why are they so determined to make a Sinister Six movie? We don't fucking care. We don't. You had a Sinister Six movie this past year. What would have... That is going to be... No Way Home is better than any Sinister Six movie you can come up with. So just accept that and stop trying to... Why is the Spider-Man studio, and I've said this multiple times in this pod, why is the Spider-Man studio so against having Spider-Man in its movies? I just don't... And I get that they don't want to confuse audiences, but you've introduced the multiverse now.
Also, audiences are way smarter than you
Yes.
think. Probably
Peop-
smarter than most of your fucking
Hey,
executives,
did
assholes.
any review of the Batman thing, as long as you get out in front of it and explain, this isn't canon, it's its own thing, was there anybody that watched the Batman being like, man, I was really confused.
No.
Where was Superman and Wonder Woman?
Where's
No!
Christian Bale?
If you say this is Andrew, we're going back to the Andrew Garfield timeline, or we're going back to the Sam Raimi timeline, and this is what we're telling, people would understand that. And and that's what kills me is like in '98, they knew to make Blade work, you have to get a solid actor that cares, and you have to get a pretty good script. And that's what's so frustrating about Morbius.
So many actors and directors and producers and writers right now who are, forces in the industry, who are kind of, middle-aged, 20s to 40s and whatnot, kind of, running things. A lot of these people grew up with comic books. And these are extremely talented people who make great content regardless of what it is. And because they love the source material, Feige is just a master at making sure that he taps into that childhood, whatever it was, like, hey, guess what? I want to get you to, direct this movie. I want to get you to star in this movie. There's actors that are campaigning to be in the MCU. That's insane. Around the time of Blade?
Well, Mahershala Ali.
Around the time of Blade, people were like, are you sure you want to do a fucking comic book movie, Wesley? Now, people like Mahershala Ali are like, I want to be Blade.
You fall into it.
Yes.
I was watching.
Things are so much different now, and because of the quality of the content that's been put out.
I was watching a thing on Netflix. It was called Attack of the Hollywood Cliches, and it kind of just broke down all the cliches that are in movies.
Yeah.
Particularly American movies.
Yeah.
And they did make Rob Lowe hosted it, and there was a joke that I did get a good laugh at, where he said, like, even though that the MCU is like 65% of Hollywood now, like it really has just kind of taken over.
4 of the top 10 top 10 grossing movies of all time are superhero
But
movies.
the reason I've been talking about Blade and talking about these movies, and it does go back to Morbius, because there's so much that I see in Blade that I was like, if you could have done. And this is the problem too. I think we also live in a time where a Morbius movie doesn't work because we're also in its era of superhero movies. Where we don't. A lot of the audience knows who Morbius is and knows he's not that. They tried so hard to make him this ultra compelling character, and he's really not.
No,
he's really not.
Hey, I would like to put this forth that there would never ever be a time that is ripe for a Morbius movie.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be honest. The guy came out with. I told you about this, and I've talked about it on the podcast. In the summer in the '90s, they had every year for like 3 or 4 years. And we've talked about this. The Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, the Darkhawk, the Guardians of the Galaxy,
Darkhawk had
New Warriors,
an amazing costume.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And I told you what they've done with him lately, which is have a guy who has MS writing Darkhawk, who has MS as well. The character, and it's really inclusivity. It's awesome. And it's a good story too. Here's the other thing too. Quick aside about inclusivity. If it was just really shitty stories by people who wanted to be to promote inclusivity, that's sure, I get you. But they're really compelling stories that happen to add to the inclusivity of these stories, and that's awesome, right? And that's just right there.
Mm-hmm.
But they used to come out with these series, and every year they would come out with like 5, and inevitably by the end of the year, 2 are going well, and the other 3 have been canceled. And Morbius was one of those. They tried to set up this Midnight Suns, and they actually had a comic book called Midnight Suns one of those years, and they tried to make a Morbius comic book, and it's like, why? Nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares. Morbius is at best a C-list Spider-Man supporting character, at best. If he is involved directly in any sort of storyline, it better be as Peter Parker's science buddy. He shouldn't be involved in like the action, because who cares? When we saw the previews for Morbius, I wonder what else I can do. Nobody fucking cares what you can do, because it's just crap powers that you just shoved into a vampire-looking dude. Whatever, man. You know what most people remember Morbius for? Those horrifying palm hands in the cartoon.
Yeah,
that's what they remember.
Yeah.
That's more horrifying than actually sucking blood.
But and again, it goes back to like I was, what works so well for me watching these Blade movies, and it does work being in the time it is, being in the late '90s, being in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And being a very obscure character, like
Yes.
he was big in the '70s. He had the whole, which is great, hilarious because in the third movie he does fight Dracula, and that was like one of his things in the comics was he fights Dracula.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it. I think there was something floating around that Morbius was originally.
Oh, I thought you were just being a dick being on your phone.
No,
while I was talking.
no. I'm pretty sure that there was a rumor that Morbius was supposed to be in the first Blade movie.
Oh.
But
back in the day?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know either. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when Blade came out, that was a big deal.
Okay.
Because it was a comic book movie. You know, I
So-
just never got around to it.
Well, we're talking about Morbius.
Yes.
I'm trying to find it here towards the end. But Morbius was originally, there is a deleted scene where Morbius shows up at the end of Blade directly to tease a sequel in which he would be a central figure before he would even been Spider-Man on the big screen. Now, that would have been fucking cool. I would have loved that. But, and again, tying it back to why I love Blade so much and why Blade has been so revered by, and look, they're not perfect movies.
No.
There's some shit in them that I'm like, I scoff at because they're still trying to, and everybody credits X-Men and Spider-Man. I'd say give it up to Blade because Blade was the first huge, and this, by the way, rated R comic book movie that was a humongous hit, and that's what really started the wave of the Marvel movies.
A lot of
in
the
trend.
current owes it to Blade for sure.
Yeah. And what's funny, I was reading when I was trying to find the Morbius scene, I did find out that Wesley Snipes is actually trying to do a Black Panther movie. He was interested in doing a Black Panther movie, but then he was approached about Blade and took a lot of interest in that character and then did that. But so yeah, I remember watching the first movie. It really, and this is why I love movies so much, and I love talking about movies because it did transport me to being a kid again, and I did have those feelings of being a kid because Ashley never really was into Blade. She said she's never seen the second movie. Watched a good portion of it last night, and she's like, Jesus, because the second movie, it's actually what's funny about them is David S. Goyer wrote all three movies. But the second movie is such a departure from the first movie, and it still manages to work because Guillermo del Toro directs it.
Oh wow!
And
I have to see that now.
If you like,
I didn't know del Toro did one of them.
Yeah, he did the second one.
Holy shit! Yeah, I got to see that.
And if you like creature features and like, because Guillermo del Toro made a monster movie with Blade in it.
Del Toro's basically just the greatest.
Yeah.
I'll watch anything. Have you seen Nightmare Alley? We'll talk about
I'm
that
not.
another time.
I'm not.
Go ahead.
I'll never see that fucking movie. I'm just kidding. No, I'm still pissed about Shape of Water, honestly.
Why?
How the fuck did that movie win Best Picture? It was just about a weird woman fucking a fish man.
Wow.
That's all that was. You can't tell me it was anything more than that.
To be honest, that was the most probably like nice departure from the usual Best Picture crap.
Yeah, because I really want to watch Michael Shannon have awkward sex with his wife. Yeah, that's a movie I want to watch.
What movie is that?
Shape of Water.
Oh my god.
The first couple scenes, he's plowing his wife.
Okay, all right.
I'm just saying the way that it was shot was like, this is weird. I don't really like sex scenes in movies anyway.
Really?
They're so gratuitous. They're so lame.
It depends.
It's
like,
all suggestion.
I'll say this.
I want penetration.
I'll say this. To this day, if I'm watching TV, movie, anything with my mom in the room and a sex scene comes on, it is super awkward.
It's not this.
Nice.
No, it's not.
And you're just sitting there and you're thinking,
Misery, misery, misery. That's what you chose.
the grunt is you trying to find the remote.
It's just awkward, you know?
No, yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Especially when you're a kid. Like,
oh, yeah.
And you're watching a movie and your parents don't know, and it's like, there's a little bit, and your dad's just like, close your eyes. I'm like, well, I could still fucking hear it. I mean, like, I'm going to figure it out.
So my parents...
this episode's all over the place. I love it.
My parents, we used to take VCRs. We would rent a VCR from the video store and then rent movies, hook it up to our VCR, and then dub movies. Okay, that's a lot of people did that.
Real quick, do you remember the VCR DVD combo where you'd record, like, you get a DVD and then you recorded it as a VHS?
No, but in Denver for a while, I had a TV VHS combo.
Oh yeah.
Which was the TV was like
then
this.
you stayed up late and watched Skinamax and you recorded
this was when I was like in my 30s. Thank God I had worked at Salvation Army, and they had tons and tons of video cassettes.
Oh yeah.
Because otherwise I would have nothing to watch. I had no cable.
VHSs, man. Anyway, sorry, I
So
derailed you.
So we do this, and two of the movies we had that I could quote to you verbatim: Ghostbusters and Beverly Hills Cop. And when we first watched Beverly Hills Cop, Mom and Dad had already seen it, and they knew about the strip club scene, so they didn't want me to be exposed to that. I think I was 10 years old. And in the song, in the background, is a woman singing, "Tonight, don't you want to come with me? Do you think I'm a nasty girl?" Like, she's literally, this is a song that is literally about fucking.
Yeah.
And titties everywhere, right?
Sure.
So the way our house was set up is you walked in the front door and you went down a half a staircase, and that was like one level. When you came in, that was like the living room level. You went up half a staircase, and that was where all the bedrooms were. So
right.
we were down in the living room. So they were like, okay, this part's coming up, and you got to go up to you got to go up to the staircase so you can't see it or whatever. So I basically went up the stairs so I could still hear it. It was just around the corner on the staircase, but I couldn't see anything, and all I could hear was just, "Don't you want to come with me? Do you think I'm a And I'm just like, I'm 10. I have no idea what this is. I have no idea why. When I finally saw that scene. Yeah. When I finally saw it unaltered and unadulterated, I got to be honest, I was like, Mom and Dad, you guys are pussies. I'm just kidding.
Well, and
but seriously,
it's what makes me laugh.
I get why they were like, don't watch this, but at the same time, they were a little bit.
Growing up, like different times, we'd have HBO sometimes, and sometimes we wouldn't. But the problem was, as I wouldn't try and watch like dirty movies, it always seemed like my parents would walk in on like the dirtiest part of the fucking movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, no. And so I was like, what are you watching? And I'm like,
so. I'm a teenager. I'm like 13, 14 years old, and we have the box on top of the TV with the dial.
Yeah.
That's the cable. You know what I'm saying? Did you ever have that with like 0 to 60 or like 0 to 120
yeah,
and you had to move the dial up and down
no, we didn't
get
have a
the
dial,
channels?
but
so you couldn't really use a remote on the cable because you had to get up and move the fucking damn thing. Anyway, so there were ways, because they had dials and shit on those big fucking on those big wood panel TVs. They had dials and UHF and vertical hold.
Yeah.
There were times when we had cable, and if the conditions were just right, Skinamax movies came in.
Oh shit!
And if I did a little tweaking and shit, I could almost see, or I could almost see it as if it was actually on on Cinemax, like if I actually had the channel. And yeah, so there were a couple times when I'd be like, wow, this is really great, and then I'd have to stop what I was doing so I could tweak the dials a little more.
There's a guy on TikTok that had really funny thing of like when you were a kid growing up, when you were a boy, and you'd flip it over to Cinemax after like 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And you're like. And you like turn the vote, but then he does the same TikTok. He has the moment where like you think your parents are coming in, so then you flip the channel and then lay on the couch like you're asleep, so that they don't think that you're watching porn. Like, oh no, I was watching this other movie. I fell asleep on the couch watching a different movie. I don't know.
Here's the thing,
I want to.
Yeah. Just real quick, I wish that I could talk to my young self, like 5, 6 years old.
It gets better, man. You're gonna have the internet, and you can jerk off as much as you want.
No. This is what I'm gonna tell my 5-year or 6-year-old self, because I don't even know what that is. Probably I'm gonna go, hey man, check this out.
This is
every time you think you're being sneaky, your mom and your dad know exactly what you did, and they know exactly how you're trying to hide it because they did the same stupid shit. I wish, you know what I mean?
That's the thing too. I'm not looking forward to when my son gets to that age, because it's gonna be like, oh, buddy. I'm gonna be like, I know what you're doing.
I told you that that my ex actually caught one of her sons. She was telling me about this, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad. And when they each got to like 12 or 13 around that time, I sat the three boys, each one of them down at that time, and said, hey, if you have any questions about this stuff that you're not sure about and you don't want to ask mom or dad, I'm here.
Yeah.
However, Mom and
I don't wanna
dad
fucking hear
are
about
the
it.
best resources
Yeah.
for these questions. So I made it clear to them that they could ask me questions if they were, if they didn't want to ask mom and dad about something, I would answer them.
See,
But
I'm not even gonna.
Don't come to me first.
I'm not even gonna have that conversation because
My parents never had that conversation with me, and I kind of wish they did. So let me
No,
go ahead.
I'm joking, but I'm saying that like there was a mutual agreement
long
between
time.
my dad and I being like, him just being like, I know what you do. I don't just.
No, I don't think that's really important. I think what's
I
important
know
is to say, wear a condom, kid,
I think,
every time.
I'm not even talking about
I don't
that.
care. That's that's the
no,
only
I
talk
think
you need to
I
have.
think he knew that I would sneakily watch Skinamax and shit. He definitely knew.
Honestly, like
I'm
if I
pretty
have
sure
a son,
I probably caught him doing it.
if I have a son, the only thing I'm going to tell him is A, use lube, and B, always wear a condom.
Jesus,
That's all I'm going to say.
we'll never be able to post this episode because we were talking about Blade and we got way off track. No, I'm joking.
Well, you got a long time before that comes up, though, so that's good.
No,
I mean, you got like decade or more. Easy.
I hope more than a decade.
Well, yeah, it'll be like.
Yeah. So
Where the fuck
to,
were we?
to wrap up the Blade conversation, 40 minutes into this episode, it's been nothing.
This is what I was going to tell my kid if I ever had one.
So Blade 2, I watched that last night, and that is my favorite Blade movie.
Yeah.
And I think it is maybe because Del Toro did it. Oh, no, I know how we got here. I was talking about Shape of Water.
Oh, yeah, you brought up fucking his wife and stuff.
Watch,
and then I
if
brought
you
up
haven't
the
seen
Beverly
Shape
Hills.
of Water, watch that movie and tell me that sex scene with his wife isn't awkward as hell.
Is it as awkward as the one at the end of Munich?
I've never seen that movie. Oh, you don't get to do that. Blade is different than Munich.
Munich is awesome.
I'm sure it is. It's Eric Bana just beating up dudes.
fucking killing the fuck. It's
Isn't it a Jewish guy beating up
Jewish
like
revenge, dude.
Is he-
It's
he's
sweet.
beating up Nazis and whatnot?
Well, no, it's about the 1972. This is an actual true story that the Israelis actually sent out a Black Ops team of agents
Fuck
to
up Palestine?
to find all the people that were involved in it
Oh,
and to fuck them up.
oh, gotcha. The Nazis in hiding.
I don't know. No, they weren't Nazis. They were Palestinians, I think.
Oh,
Palestinian terrorists.
didn't Spielberg do that movie?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
and it's very violent.
I'm
and it's
sorry,
very-
but it just seems like
here's the thing.
we're not going to talk about Munich.
No, we're not.
Because
Yeah, let's
I
go.
haven't.
Let's move forward. You're right. No, I could talk another 10 minutes about Munich. Let's move forward.
We gotta do.
Yeah,
we
we
gotta
gotta-
have a little bit of structure.
Are we gonna talk about Ezra Miller?
Yeah, but I just want to wrap up one thing about Blade 2.
We're sorry you listened to the last 20 minutes.
The reason I love Blade 2 so much is, like I said, it is unabashedly a horror action movie. Like Del Toro adds a lot of tension, and I remember when I was younger, I'd watch the like DVD stuff, and he said that like when they were talking to him about doing it, he goes, "I want you to know I've seen the first Blade. I really liked it because that first Blade is much more of like straight up an action movie with some horror elements because they're vampires.
Yeah.
But like this second movie is very much, you can see Del Toro's fingerprints all over it. You can see the spookiness to it, and he really played because in this movie, the vampires team up with Blade because vampires are being killed. Also, David S. Goyer in this universe, vampirism is a virus. So when you get bitten and you become a vampire, yeah, it's like a virus. Yes, you're like immortal, but you still can't use garlic. Silver and daylight still mess with you. But like crosses don't scare you because he made a good point in one of the interviews. He's like, the reason I did that is like, would a Jewish vampire be like taken down by a cross? Like he felt like the cross was a weird myth to do it, and that goes back to them being like hellspawn or whatever. But it is much more. Even then, it was much more modern idea of it being like a parasite and being a virus, and so
blood-borne pathogen.
Well, and that's how they have pure blood vampires in this. So there's people that are born a vampire. So they're not saying that they're undead. They're immortal, but they're not like undead where they can actually have vampire babies and whatnot.
That's fucking weird.
What? That there's pure blood vampires?
No, that there's vampire babies.
Well, I hope you're ready for Blade 2 because there's vampire fetuses.
I thought you were talking about Blade 2.
That is, I am. I'm saying that there's vampire fetuses in it because one of the main things in the movie is they want to take Blade's blood because he's a daywalker. He's the daywalker. So they want to take his blood and inject it into the vampire baby fetuses, so they make a whole new breed of vampire that can be in sunlight.
Gross.
In the process, in the second movie, the monsters, the Reapers as they call them, they are a mutation of the vampire virus, so they feed on vampires and humans, but their hunger is worse than vampires. They have to feed daily, whereas a regular vampire, they could go a couple days. These things need to feed every day, and it's like they're like... the movie's a little problematic because it calls them crackheads, but that's what they are. They're junkies, essentially, is what they're trying to... I think what they're getting for... It's early 2000s. This is what it is. But the character... I'll just spoil it because I don't think you're ever going to watch it. But there's...
I might.
How they feed... The reveal is so cool.
Okay, well, why don't you not tell me? Because I do want to watch Blade 2.
It goes like... Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Leave it alone.
I love it. Who fucking cares? The movie's 20 years old. Anyway, sorry that Blade I'm gonna have a whale of a time chopping that up for you too.
Look, just to let you know, one of us recently had a baby, so occasionally topics are gonna get derailed while we're talking about baby and upbringing and stuff. That's the way it is.
Honestly, I do no, because I think it's funny to have these conversations of like the lengths that we would go to watch porn, and now kids could just pull it up on their phone.
Yeah, I have no idea what that's like. I literally, when I was in Denver, I had 2 large boxes of magazines.
That's the thing.
But I've been collecting that. I was late 20s, early 30s. I've been collecting them and moving with them for a decade.
It was shameful. It's like, how dare you with your big box of porn?
I would have to bring like 6 or 7 magazines with me.
I've never done this.
In case I wanted.
But
this one's got the 2 chicks doing each other. This one's got...
We got to move on. But I've heard stories of people burying it by like a certain tree, and they would bury the porn mag out there. I'm like, they would go jerking off in the woods?
You know what never made sense to me is, first of all, like, I never loaned my magazines out. That was weird.
That's creepy. No,
you can have it.
Get your own skin mag, man.
Or you can just have it. But then there were people I knew who were like, hey, who would loan it. And then they'd bitch to me. They'd be like, yeah, I loaned this penthouse to my friend. I got it back and the pages are stuck together.
Oh, my God.
Who does that?
Who says shit like that?
No, but who does that? Who in the... Then you can't look at that page anymore.
I'm going to cut that. I think the reason porn's on my mind because let's
cut this whole thing.
I caught up... Ashley and I caught up on Minx on HBO. Maybe that's why... Look at that segue, bitch. Because, again, that's a show about the first female porno mag geared towards women. Yeah. And there's 8 episodes.
Mike Honcho.
This shows you what it's like that we haven't had internet for so long, and then we do because yesterday we had nothing going on. So we spent 4 hours catching up on that show because they're only half-hour episodes. And so it's actually a really funny show. And what I really like about Minx is... its ability to toe the line between comedy and like social commentary, because the whole through line is feminism, and the main character, that's always been her goal. She wanted to write in magazines, and she wanted to talk about feminism, and her whole thing of being like, feminism isn't this ugly thing, because it isn't. It's really just women saying like, hey, can you stop treating us like shit? And that's what the give and take of this show is. It is still set in the 70s, and it's still set in this idea that this is still a male dominated, and even now it's still a male dominated world.
We haven't changed that much.
But in terms of porn, I think that porn has been it's even in the context of this show is showing how progressive it's always been, because now you have like OnlyFans and stuff, and you have women taking control, and women. There's women that could be a cam girl or OnlyFans and never actually be on an actual porn set and still make millions of dollars.
I can't remember which one, but there was a porn star like around the turn of the century who bought her own porn production company, and it was a huge deal. I can't remember who it was, But because no porn production company had ever been owned by a woman, and it was a big deal.
Well,
I want to say
and
Jenna Jameson.
And they talk about this in the show.
I don't think it was that.
With Jake Johnson's character, Doug Peretti, I think is his name. Pernetti, maybe. Because he's the whole reason she has the magazine. He's the one who funds it. He's the one who's pushing everything behind it. And they address that in the show, being like, it's still not your magazine. You might be editor-in-chief of the magazine, but it's still his money. And he himself has a moment where he's like, it's still mine. I own this. And it's like, and there is that like give and take of it and the push and pull of like, yes, they're trying to do something progressive, but at the end of the day, he's going out making.
They're still trying to make money.
He went out, yes, and he went out and made a deal to get this quarterback to pose for the magazine, and on TV he announced, because she's like, we don't know what we're doing for the third issue, and then on TV he's like, well, we've got Billy Brunson, I think was the character they named. He's going to be on the cover and a spread. And she was pissed because she's like, oh, so you are just taking over my magazine. And then it's like,
no, it's mine.
That is a running theme throughout the show, and I think it's really interesting. And I think it's a cool idea because, again, it does kind of make men seem like we're shitty because we are. Because she finds out that her ex...
It's amazing writing. It somehow makes all the men seem like creepy old assholes.
Well, then her ex is who tells her that they hook up, and then he's like, hey, I have all this money from my Nana. I want to buy your magazine. She's like, you never wanted to invest this money in me in the first place. You only waited for it to be profitable and then tried to take it from me. And it's like, yeah, men are not great. But the show is also really smart because there's a moment where she goes to a college and talks to feminists at college, and these are like really radical. They were saying like all marriage is rape, and she's like, hey, maybe not say someone's dad is a rapist because they were married to someone. Like that's fucked. Because she talks about marital rape is a topic. Every
what's the word? Movement has extremes.
Yes.
Yes. On both sides,
And yeah, because she's like, and her whole thing is like, I never said I hated men. I don't hate men.
And that's not what feminism is about at all.
A real feminist is just saying stop treating women like shit.
Yes, that's literally it. It's not, I want to burn my bra.
I want to be treated the same way a man is.
I want to fuck as many. It's not, it's nothing. I don't want to do, I want to be able to work in an...
I want to be able to have
those are aspects of the movement, but the main part of the movement, and I don't know why a white guy is telling
two white males, yeah.
But hey, I will say this: we understand feminism a hell of a lot more than the fucking white guys in Congress. Okay, so anyway, but the whole idea of it is literally just I want to be able to do whatever I want to do, just like a man, and not get shit on because men are lauded for leaving families and starting over and doing all this stupid shit. But if a woman does that, oh, what a horrible mother.
Well, yeah, if it's the same thing. If like a woman cheats on her husband, she's this horrible, awful human.
Or she's.
But a guy does it. It was poor judgment. Yeah, that kind of. Another show that does that really well is Winning Time.
Yes.
And because I've only watched the first episode, but the first episode when they're talking about Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, and when they're describing how Larry Bird plays, and it just the subtitles just white,
yeah.
Magic Johnson, black, and it's funny because this show is right, and even to this day there is a different way that broadcasters refer to black and white players. Yep. And so it's really
it's raw and
we are in a weird era, or really cool era I should say, mainstream TV shows tackling these issues.
Well, the thing is,
in a comedic way, where Winning Time is talking about, dude, the first scene of Winning Time is Magic Johnson getting his HIV diagnosis, and I was like, holy fuck, we're going there right away.
Well,
but
these shows are able to take, just like Minx, these shows are able to take these stories from like the 70s, from like 30, 40 years ago, and they're able to make comments about today's society through those lenses. There's a great scene, and I think it's 3 or 4, and I think it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is reading the newspaper, and the time...
He still has one of the greatest names of all time.
Yeah, and the time
Kareem
is...
Abdul-Jabbar.
The time is 1980, I believe. The summer, or spring of 1980, I think.
Yeah, because the dynasty started in the 80s, right?
Yeah, so... they show Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's reading the newspaper, and they pan down the front page of the newspaper, and there's a true article around that time. Ronald Reagan announces announces bid for presidency. In quotes, "will make America great again."
Yeah.
True fucking story, folks.
He had
Trump didn't make that shit up, assholes.
Yeah. He didn't.
But this is great because conservatives watch that and they're like, "What the hell?" And it's like,
I guarantee
you just don't know your history.
I guarantee no conservative watched it because fucking Adam McKay's fingerprints are all over it. There's no way.
By the way, there's a Spider-Punk series that just came out from Marvel, and it's literally like they made a computer that had everything that pisses conservatives off, and then they fed it into a computer, and then they came out with like art and writing, and they were like perfect. No shit. There's Captain Anarchy instead of Captain America.
Oh no.
Everybody's gay. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's just, I'll have to bring it over because it's literally written like somebody was like, "How can I make a conservative pop a fucking lung?" And then they just started from there. It's great.
Also,
it's a great book.
By the way, shout out to HBO because those are both HBO shows.
Yes.
Winning Time and Minx both.
I think Minx is a Max original.
Yeah, it's an HBO Max original. Whatever.
Same thing.
Okay, HBO, what the fuck are you doing? Because the Max originals, their release schedule is so out of whack versus like Peacemaker is a Max original, but they released after the first because they do those 3-episode premieres, but after that show came out weekly.
Yes.
But Our Flag Means Death. 3-episode premiere.
Right.
Then the next week, 3 more episodes, and then 2 episodes, and then 2 seriously, that show premiered March 3rd, and it ended on March 24th because they kept just drip feeding like. And my thing is, at this point, just release the whole fucking season if you're going to do that. And Minx is the same way because Minx had 3 episodes, then 3 episodes, then 2.
I wonder
then
how
2
much
more.
input the creators have into the release schedule. I can't imagine it's much. I can't imagine it's much.
But I don't know why they do
Which
those.
would be stupid.
I like that they do 10-episode seasons, and Peacemaker was 8. But I like that they did the. But going 3 and then 3 and then 2 and then 2, it's like.
Yeah.
Because
You're playing with my emotions, Smokey.
No, because I thought the whole idea why all these streaming services are going back to a weekly schedule are because they need to retain subscribers.
Right.
So they need to just have that drip feed that content. But yeah, seriously though, HBO Max, what the fuck are you doing? Why did Our Flags Mean and Minx? And look, I appreciate it because they did it with, and I think they're only doing it with the half-hour shows because I haven't seen, as far as my knowledge is, I have not seen like the hour-long shows do the bundle release, but like. I don't know what's going on.
Well, here's the other thing: is Winning
Time is an HBO show,
right? But here's the thing: is I don't know if there's still an HBO channel.
There is.
Okay, but apparently on HBO, the channel, Winning Time is released, and then once it's released on the actual channel, I can watch it on HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've been able to watch.
Same thing with Gemstones.
I've been able to watch. And Gemstones. I've been able to watch those shows at like 8 on a Sunday night, on streaming. But like Peacemaker, I had to wait until like 2 a.m. You know what I mean? And same thing with like Moon Knight and stuff. It's like, why? Why?
I don't know what HBO does because when they had just HBO Go and HBO, I think it was just Go. HBO Now.
Who knows?
They've had 3 names for that. It's HBO, HBO Go, HBO Now, HBO Max.
HBO Max is the best.
But dude, now HBO Max is gonna get crazy because we live in this sad world where everything's merging together. The Discovery Warner thing went through, so now all the shit that was on Discovery Plus is gonna end up on HBO Max. Like they're gonna do one giant app with everything, and that's gonna be a bitch to navigate. But
I just want my Foghorn Leghorn cartoons. Thank God they have a Looney Tunes hub on HBO Max. That fucking kicks ass.
You know what? We're just gonna call this the HBO Max episode because I've been mostly just watching HBO Max.
Just eat it.
But yeah, I figured it out because Our Flag Means Death was a show that was clustered.
We
I finished it
as our last
topic.
topic. Why don't we talk about that?
before we get there, can I ask you one question?
Yes.
This is going to be a smaller topic, I promise.
Yes.
I was watching Batman Beyond
Okay.
on HBO Max. Love that show.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there thinking, how have we never had a Spider-Man 2020 or had a Spider-Man 2099 show?
I don't know.
And my buddy tweeted like, because we had Spider-Man Unlimited, and I was like, no. I'm talking Miguel O'Hara, fucking Spider-Man 2099, shooting the webs out of his forearms and that weird looking cape on his back.
Yeah, whatever the hell that was.
Why have we never seen that? That's always baffling. And more so, it would have been made more sense of when Batman Beyond came out. I would have appreciated that. And Batman Beyond, I love that show because that's a show nobody wanted to make. Bruce Timm was like, "Are you shitting me?" Because he walked into DC. They were still doing the Batman show. It was at this point it was the Adventures of Batman, so Nightwing and all that shit. They went into and WB's like, "We don't care how you do it. We want a teenage Batman. Everybody loves that Spider-Man. We want a teenage Batman." And he's like, "What?" And they're like, "Teenage Batman. Figure it out." And then then they eventually were like, "Well, why don't we just do it in the future and this all stuff?" And yeah, so it's funny that show became such a hit because that was them being like, "Well, fuck it. Okay, it's in the future. It's like cyberpunk."
The 2099 books were
Stan Lee.
supposed to be. Well, he only wrote one. He wrote Rampage 2099.
Which is dog shit.
Pretty much. But like
He was supposed to be in
they
Blade.
had Hulk, they had X-Men, they had Doctor Doom, they had Punisher, they had Spider-Man.
Ghost Rider too.
Ghost Rider was second wave.
But they're okay. But
the original books that came out were Punisher,
why the
Hulk,
hell is there a pun?
Doom, and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then Ghost Rider was like a second wave. So was X-Men, which was really stupid. X-Men 2099 was stupid, just stupid.
I'm just saying, I would have loved to have seen a
You
Spider-Man
got tons
2099.
of characters in the X-Men universe who are maybe not immortal but long lived, and you couldn't figure out one way to put one or two of those characters in X-Men 2099 to make it sort of appealing
They
to
don't even
anybody.
have Wolverine in it.
No.
Wolverine would make the most sense.
It's all new fucking characters, and there's this stupid storyline about this one guy owns a club, and it's dumb. It is dumb.
All right,
dude.
let's.
Dumb.
You wanted to talk about Our Flag Means Death.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that.
So, I gotta admit to the audience something I'm not super proud of, but I was watching Our Flag Means Death, and both of us love the series. It's a great show, and
I hope it gets a season 2.
yeah, it should. I want to see what happens, but
I know it's such a big cliffhanger.
No fucking spoilers, by the way. Yeah, huge.
No, what? No. It's been out for a little bit. Let's do
All
it.
right,
Let's
do
do it
it
right now.
Pizza time.
If you have not seen season 1,
I don't know if I'm going to talk about all that
Pizza
much,
time.
but there might be. So, yeah. Anyway, the point is I was watching one of the episodes after Blackbeard hooks up with them.
they just
and
kiss. They don't fuck. They just kiss. I want to
This
clarify.
is way before that.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
When
okay.
you said
no, I know exactly
when
where
you
he's
said
going.
hooks up, you knew where I was going. I'm sorry.
No.
When he meets up with him.
When Blackbeard, yes. Okay, so I think it's like episode 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And they're starting to get really good friends and have a good time together, and they're learning stuff about each other and stuff. It's not quite romantic yet, but you can see it going that way. And I
Sure.
got to be honest, I got to admit to God, to myself, and to everybody else that it made me uncomfortable. I honestly,
Their relationship before.
it just to me it was like, I don't know why, but I totally had like like the very tiny. There is a conservative part of my brain. I think we all do have that. I think we have both, and it depends on how you live your life. Which one's more developed? My conservative brain is very lowly developed, but for some reason it decided to go, "Hey, why do they gotta do it? Why does it have to be gay?" And I was like, "Yeah." I actually listened to the Tucker Carlson in my head,
Don't ever
and I
say that
stopped
out loud
watching.
again.
I stopped watching. I stopped watching the show, and not because I was like angry. I wasn't put off any of that. It just didn't hold any more interest to me. I talked to Jake about it. He told me, he's like, "Dude, you got to watch the rest of the show. It takes a turn, and then it takes another turn." Da, da, da. And I realized it doesn't matter what's going on between these two characters because I love these characters and I love this story. So why do I give a shit?
Yeah.
And I knew that I was being an ass and not a bigot, but I was being really progressive.
Well,
which is not like me.
we just talked about this with the Minx and the Winning Time, and like
Right.
how that is set in a time frame that we like to think we're pretty far past, but we're not as far past as we think. And I think that it goes back to progress is a long process, and
But
I wouldn't beat myself up over it.
I'm not.
because
I'm almost.
I've
not-
had
yeah. I still got a
moments-
couple more things before I get to there, but yeah.
I'm sorry, but
No, you're fine.
I'm just saying, like there's some times that it didn't turn me off. I just thought it was funny because it triggered conservatives. But okay, prime example. Harry Styles wearing a dress doesn't really bother me. Didn't really bother me. But when Ezra Miller had the eye makeup and they were wearing a skirt and everything, it put me off. And then I was like, why? And I had that come to Jesus moment that you did. I'm like, why did that bother me? Who fucking cares?
Mm-hmm.
Let that person live their life. Like
what I realized.
So I know what you mean.
I've
had that too.
I think we all have. What I realized is that I want Steve Bonnet to be happy, and I want Blackbeard to be happy, and because I like those characters. And what was happening before my eyes is they were being happy together.
Yes.
Why
and
the
show,
fuck did that bother me? I decided it didn't bother me
and
anymore.
the show does a great job because when they do kiss each other, it makes
It's
sense.
not making out. It's really tame,
They
actually.
kiss each other, yeah, but it makes sense. And then the
Yes.
show and then final episode goes out of its way to explain to you, like, you were watching a love story this whole time.
Right. Well, it's pretty obvious when Will Arnett's character shows up and talks literally to Steed about how he used to fuck Blackbeard before.
Oh, I did not catch that line.
You don't remember when they're pissing in the jungle? And he's like, "You bad? Yeah. We've had our dalliances."
Oh, yeah.
He
Well,
doesn't
and they reference that
yeah, they talk about
fucking Black Pete and
yeah. Well, they all. It's
there are a bunch of dudes on a ship.
it's
They're gonna
pretty.
fuck.
It's pretty. It's never really said out loud, but it's pretty understood that in this time of piracy, where there's boats full of men going around
They're
the
gonna
sea,
be banging each other. It just happens.
which is not to say that it's a choice,
Well, and I've seen, I what's so
because
interesting.
the one character is clearly gay. You know, Lucius. It's not quite clear if Black Pete is gay or bi. You know what I mean?
but
Because we've never seen him around women.
and I haven't read them, but I've seen a bunch of articles talking about how great it is that this show is changing the pirate myth in a way of being like, it's possible that these two men may have been straight and maybe still are straight, but it's also very possible that they just fell in love with each other. And it paints an interesting portrait of like, it's again goes out. It's a very organic love story. If you really watch it, because when he's talking to his wife and she's talking about the Gary or whatever the fuck his name is, it's
Doug.
Doug, yeah, and it's played by Tim Heidecker, which is hilarious. When she's talking about how she feels with him, Steed thinks about Blackbeard, and it's like, of course they love each other, of course, and. I'm not saying if you're with another person long enough, you'll be.
We're not saying.
I'm not saying you just become gay. That's not what I'm
No,
trying.
but
what
here-
I'm saying it's possible that there are just some. You're just
I'll even boil it down even better than that.
okay.
Because I know where you're trying to go, and I'm gonna get us there.
Tyler, I don't love you that way. I'm just like. We're not running away together.
I just realized that that's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I meant.
I know. I do love you, but not in that way.
Me too, man. Why am I having sharp pains in my stomach?
Oh, my heart, my stomach. I feel sick.
Last week we talked about trans representation and whatnot, and I've come to the realization, and I think it's important for people to have a base understanding of other cultures and other groups so that we can understand how not to be dicks to these other cultures and groups. If we don't understand something, we know how to broach the subject. We know how to, be respectful and say, look, it's because I'm curious, whatever.
Yeah.
Trans representation, being a trans, gender. What I learned kind of at that rally is that it has really nothing to do with wearing pants or skirts. It really has nothing to do with having long hair and a beard.
Being non-binary
if you're a girl.
and all that.
Right, or being referred to as they or them. It has more to do with one fucking thing. I love that person. I want to love that person without reprisal from society, and that's it. That is fucking it. A lot of these relationships are between a non-binary, trans, masculine, queer girl. Like one of the speakers at the rally described herself as that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is just a biological, whatever, woman, right? Okay. Society has no problem with the biological one, but society has a problem with the other one because it's not the norm, even though that person feels more comfortable in their skin than they ever have. And that's what trans representation is about. I want to love who I want to love and love them in public and not be shouted at or stared at or whatever. And that to me is the boiling down the entire essence of Our Flag Means Death is love can come from anywhere.
Well, and
you shouldn't fight it.
As I was saying, and I clumsily fell into it, there are bisexual people that become gay. There are bisexual people that say, I prefer men or prefer women or whatever. And I feel like that's just what this was. It was that they prefer each other because they love like you were saying, they love the person.
And it's possible to love somebody and have a romantic love with somebody and never have intimate sex. It's possible.
I don't know.
I mean,
Point
two
is,
dudes, they're probably going to be boning.
I got to applaud the show because it was fucking bold to just be like,
absolutely.
Let's make them kiss. Let's make them be in love.
Oh, dude,
let's break down the myth of pirates.
In the second episode, Black Pete and Lucius are coming out from behind like the thing, clearly having just had oral sex with each other.
Yeah.
And like the dudes
and
are like,
he calls him babe, and they're very affectionate to each
other. But there's another dude who was like sitting there, and he's like, yeah, we know what you were doing back, because they're pretending like.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, there's plenty of beans or whatever. And they're like, we know what you're doing there.
We've been on a ship before.
Yeah. And like, that's like the second episode. It's like, okay, you know what? This is where we're going.
And I
guys.
think that's what made me like the show.
It's a great show.
A lot more. It's just the fact that the show had enough balls to be like, okay, you know what? We're going to.
And the whole Jim character is a great, a whole thing too. Because that's played by a transgender actor. Actor.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I think Ashley mentioned that.
I don't want to say because I don't know what the pronoun is, but the actor who played Jim was also in Orange Is the New Black.
Funny story.
Yeah.
We were talking about Laverne Cox last episode. I saw her on a rant. You know how when you watch Netflix and they just have like the things pop up of like, you may want to watch this. There's a clip of this movie called Can You Keep a Secret, which has the dude who plays Superman from Superman and Lois in it, and he's like visiting this office, and Laverne Cox is the boss. I was like, oh, she's still getting work outside of Orange Is the New Black. That's cool.
Yeah, as far as I know, that was her breakout role, but I see her being in more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She's very attractive.
Yeah, she's
she's got a rockin' bod.
she's very pretty. That's another thing, too. Stop being weird. Don't shame people for thinking trans women are attractive, okay? There's all those people out there who be like, well, they're not, It's like, shut up. There are attractive trans women out there. There are attractive trans men. We live in a society, damn it.
In the past year, I have transformed from somebody who, when I first saw Laverne Cox on TV or whatever, and then looked her up on the internet because I was like, wow, she's really attractive,
Mm-hmm.
And then learned she was transgender, that freaked me out a little bit. It did.
Yeah. I feel, again, it's what you're talking about.
I feel it's important to be honest with the audience about how my how I have progressed in life.
It's what you talked about. It's your condition to think a certain way, and then you see...
for a while, every time I saw her and I was like, ooh, I was like, stop that.
You see an attractive trans woman, and it challenges your thoughts, and then you have to think back and be like, it's still a woman. Like, it's not, and that's another thing, too. There's a lot of people that think, like, oh, well, is he gay if he's interested in a trans? I'm like, no, because it's a woman. He's attracted to a woman.
Also, if your only exposure to transgender women is Caitlyn Jenner,
well, Caitlyn was
not a great transition.
She was a piece of shit before.
Yeah.
She did kill someone, and we kind of just swept that under the rug.
Totally.
She ran someone over.
While she was,
while drinking. Fuck you, Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah.
You know what? While we're on the topic, fuck the Kardashians and fuck the Jenners. I'm so sick of this shit.
Yeah.
Why in this country are we letting stupid people fail upwards and be famous? That family is only popular
because we're all hoping it's going to happen to us.
Because Kris Jenner married Caitlyn Jenner and had a couple kids, and her husband before that was a famous lawyer during the O.J. trial and died, and then his wife or his daughter had a sex tape, and now they're one of the most. They're talked about like there's some fucking dynasty. Hey, dynasties suck, okay? We need to stop pretending dynasties are good things. They've never. When in human history has a dynasty been a good thing, other than sports?
You know, I got to be honest. Like, I mean, it's
sorry.
really,
I don't know why I want to.
No,
it's
really,
a relaxed.
We used to work at a radio
episode.
station, and when I saw Cory Booker, I'm not a huge fan of him, but I got a picture with him because I was like, oh, it's Cory Booker.
He's a good dude.
It's hard not to see a celebrity and be like, oh. And here's the thing, like, I see stuff about, like, these kids or various groups being invited to the Iowa State Capitol to do photo opportunities with Governor Reynolds, who is a reprehensible human being and who should be brought up on war crimes. But
Kim.
My question is, and every time I see this, I'm like, why didn't you say, I don't want to be a part of that? Well, it's easy for me to say outside of it. But what if that's my big moment and I'm like 12? You know what I mean? Do you think I'm thinking about politics? I don't know. I think I'm like, whatever. And it's the same thing with what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
It's easy to say one thing and then to, whatever. But, folks, just be honest with yourself about your failings.
I'm sorry. Look.
I admitted two really hard things today.
I think really what I'm mad about is I'm really fucking over Kim, Kanye, and Pete, and I think that really boiled over there too because I saw, first of all, why the hell does Ellen still have a show?
Right. After all the shit that's come out.
Hey, hot take. I never liked Ellen, and everybody thought I was crazy, and I'm like, there's some reason why I don't like her.
She's too good.
And then I find out she's an asshole and treats workers like shit.
She's
like,
super great on TV because she's a real person behind the scenes.
Look, I don't want anybody to be a bad person, but you know how much validation I had being like, I fucking knew it.
But here's the thing: is it's the same thing? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. But I watched the interview she did with Ellen, and I'm like, you know what? You and Pete fucking deserve each other because she told me like he got a tattoo that said my girl is going to be a lawyer. Which she passed like the baby bar, like the pre-bar. She didn't even pass the real fucking bar. And then she made him get branded, like with her name, like branded, like a cattle prod branded. I don't know if it's like cattle prod, but you know what I mean. And take it a step further and get her branded on him. And I'm like, you two deserve each other because he could at least get a tattoo removed. But yeah, you know what? I hope you're happy. It's the same thing with Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. I don't care. Oh my God.
Please go.
Fuck those
two. You guys
two.
both be happy somewhere out of the limelight.
Look, to be fair, I feel bad for Megan Fox because she was treated horribly.
Yes.
For a while, and I still feel bad about that. And I do
too.
I do think that's
Michael
shitty.
Bay's a piece of
but
shit.
If you're gonna be with Cringe Lord himself, fucking Machine Gun Kelly, who I just
Machine Gun cum stain.
Yeah. who got bitch slapped so hard in a rap diss that he changed genres in music. Fuck him. I'm so sick of
What happened to him?
He made a you don't remember that when he made a diss track on Eminem and then Eminem made a diss track on him and like verbally assaulted him and then like he's like, well, I got this new like that's why his last couple albums have been all punk pop rock because ever since that he kind of got and it was like, no, he still raps and I'm like, yeah, but you notice he doesn't release that shit. He just only releases, this cringe album that he has out now, Mainstream Sellout, which originally was going to be titled Born with Horns, and I'm like,
can I just tell you
I'm telling you, if you look at the physical embodiment of cringe, it's fucking Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, absolutely. He's disgusting. He looks like herpes. Doesn't he?
No, what pissed me off, the same thing with what pisses me off with Kim and Pete is the same thing that's pissed me off about Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, where he got her an engagement ring that had thorns on it, and he said, because love hurts. And you know what?
Off.
You know what won him over? You know what really got her interested in him? Which they were at a party, and she goes, "You smell like weed," and he goes, "I am weed," and I'm like, stop making stupid people famous. Please, for the love of God, stop making stupid people famous. You're getting a phone call right now, dude? In the middle of a recording?
If I actually said to
What are we
somebody
gonna-
at
by
a
the way-
party,
What are we going to call this episode?
grand fuckery.
The Art of Fuckery.
Yes, just like the no, that's an art of fuckery, mate.
Yeah.
No, dude, yeah. If I'm at a party and I go, first of all, I'm not going to ask somebody if they smell like weed because chances are I probably that's probably me.
A normal person says, hey, you smell like weed. You're like, oh shit, I need to fucking spray myself.
I'm probably the one who's somebody's saying that
sure.
to. But if I did somehow ask that of somebody and they said, I am weed, I'd be like, I'm going to go over here. You're a fucking douche. Go be weed in the backyard away from everybody, you fucking weirdo.
We know we never talked about
Well,
Ezra Miller.
that's okay. But I wanted to say about I wanted to
Wrap up your thought.
Yeah, bring full circle the whole Kim Reynolds thing because you're like, why are you bringing that up? I'm saying like people are on the streets and they see like the Kardashians.
We put them on this pedestal.
They may have no interest in this person whatsoever, but because they're students of pop
I've seen
culture,
them on TV.
right? Stop it.
Stop making stupid people famous.
Stop it.
And stop electing stupid people.
And stop fucking worshiping. These people are meant to be criticized.
They work for you.
You put your hat in the political ring, you are my bitch. You're not my leader. You're my bitch, and I'm gonna make you my bitch all day, every fuck. Yes, of course, consensually.
No,
But yeah, I'm gonna tear your asshole a new one because you're a politician.
I don't have much to say on Ezra Miller. Other than
I hope he gets the help he needs. I guess.
Yes.
I hope they. Damn it.
You just save yourself. Just refer to them.
I hope they get the help they need.
I'm just gonna refer to them as Ezra.
That's fine, but I wanted to correct myself.
I hope Ezra gets better than Ezra.
Nice. Wow, it was good. Wow.
This episode is chaos.
That's gotta be like the clip to when you post the episode. That's gotta be the clip. Like we didn't even get to talk about. I hope Ezra gets better than Ezra. Wow, that should be the whole clip of that episode. Of this episode.
Yeah, because this episode is just. It's gone off the reservation. It's gone. It's out of here. I mean, there isn't really much to say with the news with Ezra, other than because now I'm going to say better than Ezra. Fuck me. I hurt myself by that because now all I can think of is a stupid joke.
That's why you get.
I completely. Yeah, we talked about this last week. I 100% agree. I hope that Ezra gets the help that they need.
Good. I was right there with you. I already screwed it up. I'm not going to let you screw
Well,
up.
see, I caught myself earlier. I screwed myself up.
Good job. Good job. I almost said she. I was bad.
Anyway, so DC has paused any plans with Ezra's version of the Flash, which they should.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that they said they're weighing their options and reconsidering things. I feel like there should be consequences, right? I feel like
legally he's got some.
What they have done multiple times, and if you and I did that, we would have gotten fired after the first time. Yeah, I understand Hollywood has different standards, like banning fucking Will Smith for 10 years from the Academy, because that makes sense. You know what? I want to talk about that more than this, but I do understand. I think DC made the right decision. I think that they made the right move. And again, as you and I said, we are, as someone who has had their struggles with alcohol and in situations like that, and who we both had our own substance abuse issues. It's nice to see, or we hope to see, something good come from this.
It's probably substance abuse related, based on the stories that we've read. It's probably
oh jeez, I knocked over my mouse.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's good.
Jesus.
Yeah,
since
we're still on the schizophrenic episode.
It's dissociative identity.
Shut up. I don't even have that Glenn Beck drop saying the show is so schizophrenic anymore.
Damn it.
Because fuck him.
Do we have the what is the fucking nightmare?
Not anymore, I don't think.
Damn,
I had to make room for the better ones.
Yeah. Well, we don't want Crowder.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, fuck him.
Anyway, I I just made it too.
Substance abuse. Ooh.
No, let's no. One more topic, and then we'll get into shit. I don't even think we need to do Jake's Unlimited because honestly, I was going to talk about Blade, but
We don't need long box today either.
no, we should because I do the thing that you wanted.
It'll be quick. Let's
Fuck it. This is our show. We can do whatever we want.
It's true.
The Academy decides that they're going to be upstanding, moral people, and still give awards to child rapists and just Harvey Weinstein.
Hey,
and
is Casey Affleck still in the Academy of Motion Pictures and Arts and Sciences? Because he's a rapist.
He's alleged, sir.
Uh-huh.
Alleged with air quotes.
If more than a dozen people come out against you, you're not alleged
I'm
anymore.
saying alleged for legal reasons.
For sure. Me too. Me too. But morally, if more than a dozen people are saying he did something to Deshaun Watson, it's not alleged.
Yeah.
Although, honestly, a court of law did find him somehow. Okay.
Which says, hey,
I don't know anything about
I
it.
know we don't talk about sports on the show, but it says you how bad Baker has been, where they're going to be like, we'll take an alleged rapist over you.
Yikes!
Multiple times over.
You know what? I'd rather have that than a bunch of goddamn Progressive insurance commercials done in my stadium. God damn it.
Dang it, I'm sick of people talking shit on Baker. Get the rapist.
People think he really lives in the goddamn stadium.
Speaking of,
irritating.
we'd rather take an alleged rapist over you. The Academy. No, sorry, they take real rapists. My bad.
Weinstein.
Polanski.
Ah.
So that's fine. Those people are fine.
Sure.
But Will Smith smacked someone on TV, so 10 years. Go fuck yourself. Seriously, go fuck yourselves. You people are just, and this
Also, he already resigned. What?
Yeah.
What kind of?
So you're saying he can't win
What
an
a fucking
he
ego
can't-
you have.
He can't win an award for 10 years? Big fucking deal.
He's not even a part of it.
It's not like you're banning. Well, and this is another thing, too. Netflix and all these other companies, eat a dick.
Yeah.
You're going to cancel and pause his projects because of the slap. And I just said this, and I think that, yes, to a certain degree, there should be consequences for what he did. What he did was wrong. But now you all of a sudden are going to get, again, you're going to get this moral backbone because of a slap. You know why? You know why, Academy? Because that slap was the only thing that's made you relevant in the last 20 fucking years,
Yeah,
and
you
you're pissed
bitch.
off about it.
You little piece of shit.
Exactly. Nobody outside of people in Hollywood really give a shit about Oscars.
Hey,
Nobody does.
Hey, I'm a member of the board of governors of the Motion Picture, American Motion Picture Academy of Sciences, and I cannot tell you how good I think my shit smells. I poop in a bag and I carry it around with me and I go, roses.
Tyler.
That's what comes
Tyler.
out of my ass.
Tyler.
Because I'm on the board of governors of the Motion Picture Academy, Sciences. And my shit doesn't stink. It smells
Tyler,
real good.
Tyler. Tyler.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Look, we have to have some sort of standing, okay? Now, Roman Polanski did have sex with those kids. But that was like in the 70s. So we totally fine for giving him an award in 2003. Even though he couldn't accept the award because he was in prison. Because he escaped or he wasn't in prison. He escaped the country.
Yeah, he can't come back to the United States ever.
Otherwise, he'll get thrown in jail. But we'll give him a fucking golden statue. I hate the Academy. I hate Hollywood so goddamn much.
Yeah. You know, honestly,
And Disney's groomers, apparently.
Here's the thing.
You see that
if
shit?
You guys, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you guys are going to have a fucking an awards show to basically jerk each other off, make it a pay-per-view event. Nobody will buy it. Well, actually, a lot of people will because there are a lot of star fuckers in this society. They'll pay for it.
We just talked about the Kardashians.
And then you could make it as long and as stupid and as self-serving and exorbitant and bullshit and look at our dicks as you want.
This episode is just going to be titled Tyler and Jake are mad about everything.
Fuck you.
Well, one more topic.
I'm so mad about you.
One more topic. The same political party, conservatives, are like, hey, Disney, they're groomers because they support being against the Don't Say Gay bill, even though they funded the fucking Don't Say Gay bill in the first place. And we're also, keep in mind, the GOP, we're also in Tennessee trying to have child brides and trying to eliminate age of consent.
99% of Missouri Republicans in the state house in Missouri voted against a provision that would make it illegal to marry under the age of 14.
I'm going to do this really loud for you.
Age of consent.
Projection!
That's weird.
Fucking. They're the real pedos. But yeah, let's attack. Dude, there's so many reasons to hate Disney. Star Wars being one of them. But
right? If you want to hate Disney,
hate it for the right reason.
Yeah.
Well, and the racist shit in their past.
Also,
and also, again, funding the Don't Say Gay bill.
Here's an interesting tidbit about Disney before we head on out.
Meanwhile,
here,
I'm not going to cancel my Disney Plus because I need to watch Moon Knight.
Did you know that? Hitler, one of Hitler's favorite filmmaker was Walt Disney, and that for his birthday, Goebbels got him like 19 Disney movies. So I just
that's a myth. Walt Disney wasn't anti-Semitic.
I just got to say this. If a violently anti-Semitic dictator,
I'm joking, by the way,
monster, murderer, horrible, awful thing, finds nothing objectionable about your movies.
It reminds me of Vladimir Putin shouting out J.K. Rowling.
Might be a lot of white Christians in those movies, I'll bet.
Remember Song of the South? That's a reason to hate Disney.
Yeah.
Just saying.
One. Let's be honest. Walt Disney was incredibly anti-Semitic and an asshole. He blackballed the girl who did the voice of Snow White because they didn't want Snow White's voice to ever be heard coming out of anybody else's mouth ever again. So they blackballed this 21-year-old voice actress after she did Snow White, so she could never work again. What kind of fucking monster does that?
Oh yeah, it stops an actor from getting work.
Fuck you, Walt Disney.
Yeah.
And fuck all you who wear Disney sweatshirts. Fuck you.
That's not true. Don't say that.
Do you have anybody who knows?
Yeah, I like Disney, like the entity.
Just stop making it like that, and then we'll be fine.
Here's the thing. I hate the people that run Disney.
Yeah.
But I think there's legitimately good family entertainment in Disney.
Love the content.
But
mostly.
I don't hate the artists that make the content.
No.
I hate the corporation.
Yeah, I hate the Einsteins and the Einsteins.
Right?
Who are the guys? Is Michael Eisner and Michael
Ironsides? No. They sucked his brains out. One of the greatest.
Made him an executive.
Oh, here's the reason to watch Blade. Chris Christopherson breaks through a wall with a truck, comes out of said truck in that movie and says, "Catch you fuckers at a bad time."
You already said that.
Before we weren't recording.
No.
You know what? It is such a good line. I'll say it again. You bitch.
Actually, no, because you didn't say where the context was in that earlier. You just said that he shows up and says this line, but that makes it even cooler.
Also, there are moments in those movies where, like, Wesley Snipes shines through, where, like, the first one, these cops are shooting at him, and he goes, "Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?" Like, I was like, God damn it, I love this movie.
Wesley Snipes is the shit.
There's a part where he gets ready to fight Dracula in the third movie, and he's like, "Are you ready, ready to die, Blade?" He goes, "Born ready, motherfucker." And I was like, God damn it, Wesley Snipes is so cool. And you know what? Morbius would have been fine if Jared Leto was cool. But Jared Leto is a great supporting actor. And secondly, he's a piece of shit because why the fuck is he being method for a stupid-ass movie like Morbius where he takes a 45-minute bathroom break because he refused to walk normally?
Yeah, we read about that.
Hey,
also, when you played
Hot take. Stop method acting. Nobody gives a shit, okay? Acting is a dumb, silly profession. You play pretend for a living. Don't take it any higher than it needs to be, being like, "Well, I had to prepare for the role by sitting in a wheelchair for months." Fuck you, okay? There's different, like, I had to learn how to ride a bike. I had to learn how to ride a horse. That's different, okay? But not this, like, I had to walk in a cane.
A couple of different, I got it.
Don't bring up Daniel Day-Lewis, that fucking...
Listen to me. Okay.
This really turned into the Jake and Tyler bitch about everything.
Daniel Day-Lewis, for my left foot, had to play a guy whose only thing he could move was his foot. So that makes sense to me. Okay?
You know what I mean.
Right, but that's an
great example
where it makes sense, right?
Watch the Jim and Andy documentary and tell me that Jim Carrey isn't a fucking asshole.
Did Jared Leto need to send used condoms to his co-stars?
And he didn't need to walk around on a cane.
Exactly. But here's the other thing. Daniel Day-Lewis's last role was as a fashion designer. Now, he actually went to an academy to learn how to design and make dresses.
But that's different. If you're doing,
I'm saying that's sensible.
You missed that. That's what I said.
Right.
Riding a bike, learning how to ride a motorcycle.
Right.
Ride a horse.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly what you said.
Different.
Yeah.
Totally different.
But
than being like,
Gaining-
I'm not dropping on a character the whole time.
Drinking gallons of olive oil and soy sauce to fatten up for a role in a movie that nobody saw.
What are you talking about?
Jared Leto, he played Mark David Chapman in a movie
I love
nobody
I
fucking
love Christian
saw.
Bale, but his body shit that he did for
Dude, the Machinist was creepy,
and then
dude.
gain all that weight to be Batman. It's like, why do you do that to your body?
Did you ever see The Machinist?
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
It's because he's actually that
he's an
skinny.
insomniac, and he's like, yeah, it's a creepy movie. Tyler, let's wrap it up.
You know, I hate everything else, Jake, but I love you, buddy.
Man, I don't know why this turned into such a ranty episode at the end.
Because we started talking about RK Outpost before this, and as we know, RK Outpost is made of just a bunch of douchebag fucks. And it just kind of pissed us off. It pissed me off.
Screen Rant and take what you will with Screen Rant, because sometimes they're just like, oh, God. They're not as bad as like Bounding Into Comics and We Got This Covered, but because We Got This Covered is straight up just speculative bullshit, and it doesn't. And they try to say they have sources,
it's trash.
And it's literally just them being like, "We need an article," and throwing a dart at a dartboard.
We got this covered.
No, you don't. And Bounding Into Comics is just another anti-SJW horseshit website.
Yeah,
but
who cares?
I didn't watch the video, but I saw that again because I was doing videos on him. It's fucking in my YouTube algorithm now, and that's annoying as hell.
Right.
But he was talking about there's an article, and I'll pull it up real quick to talk about this because this is interesting. So they're saying that like based on what Joe Russo said at one point, he said was they don't really have a plan, the MCU.
Oh yeah, we talked.
But
about
his reasoning for it makes sense because he goes, what if these movies tank? What if one of these movies tank? Then they have to change the plan. And we know that they've changed the plan before because you and I have talked about this on this show. When they first announced Phase 3, you could pull that up and see there's so many changes. And then like the Adam Warlock, holding off the Adam Warlock reveal until the third Guardians movie when you thought he was going to be in the second and whatever. It's like, but they're trying to use it as like, it isn't this master plan that everybody thought it was. Bro, none of this is a master plan. Okay? It's Hollywood.
At one point,
your favorite movie
was in Phase 2.
I don't care what movie it is. Your favorite movie, doesn't matter, is held together by bubble gum and duct tape.
Yep.
Every movie is.
Yes. Yeah, it's all a sequence of events that happen to come together at the right time. It seems planned, but a lot of it is.
Yeah, you have a script, you have a shooting schedule, but a lot of things change.
Yeah.
You have to cut out complete subplots
Hey,
because the
this worked
studio
on the
doesn't
script
want that.
page when I was writing it, but it doesn't work now that we're filming it.
This CG doesn't look right on this thing.
I
We have
really
to
want
cut
some
that.
fried chicken right now.
Why?
I don't know. It's almost lunchtime, and I realize we're almost done. So
Yeah. Anyway, Tyler, it's time for long While we're on the topic of things you hate, before you talk about things you love, did you ever finish Picard?
No.
Season 2? All right. Anyway, what did you want to talk about this week?
I've seen that season 3 is going to bring back a bunch of Next Generation people. I don't care.
I have Paramount Plus to watch Halo. I might watch some Star Trek stuff, but I don't care.
Watch Hot in Cleveland. That's a great show. Betty White. It's a sitcom.
R.I.P. Craig Ferguson's in that show a little bit. I love him.
They actually did a couple of live shows, and one of them, Alex Trebek, plays a park ranger, and he comes in at one point, and he's kind of the narrator in the whole episode, but it's filmed live, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he comes in at one point towards the end, and he's like, "Just remember, folks, when you're out there and everything, you should do this, or else you could find your lives in." And then he looks right at the camera and says, "Jeopardy." And you can see Valerie Bertinelli in the background just lose her shit because she's like, that's so fucking funny.
R.I.P. too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn. Craigie Ferg's still alive though.
Long box. Let's talk about X Lives and X Deaths of Wolverine because
again, actually, you know what's funny? You're keeping with the theme because you're not happy about this.
well, Wednesday is new comic book day at the comic book shop, and I went in there on Wednesday, and there was like one issue that I wanted to buy, and it was Spider-Punk. Really great.
Not issue 55 of Saga.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm never
just
gonna
get that
find
mailed to you. I feel like you could just go on Image and have it mailed to you.
I probably could. Yeah. Anyway, so looking around and everything, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not really finding anything, but oh wait, I've been reading about this X Lives / X Deaths of Wolverine comic series, and I'm like, maybe I should get it because I see that they have #1 reprinted. They have all 5 of them. I buy them. I go home. I read #1. First of all, #1 was $5.99 instead of the usual $4.99, and then every subsequent issue was $4.99. You know how much Spider-Punk #1 was? $3.99.
What?
Much better issue. Anyway, so I
when
read
Ghost Rider 1 came out and it was like $6.
Yeah, you were there. Yeah, I was like,
and
it wasn't even that good.
I was gonna read it. I was like, fuck.
Wasn't even that good.
Anyway,
Anyway,
back to X Lives.
I read the whole X Lives of Wolverine.
Terrible title.
Yes, I get what they're trying to do, but I thought it was when I thought it was one series. I was like, that's kind of cool. So I read X Lives of Wolverine #1. You notice I'm not saying X Lives / X Deaths anymore. There's a reason. I get to the back and there's a whole fucking table of contents. Week 1, X Lives of Wolverine. Week 2, X Deaths of Wolverine #1. I threw that fucking magazine so hard across my fucking floor that the ink fell off the pages, okay? I was pissed. I was like, I spent $30 fucking on these 5 issues so that I could get a complete story, and I'm missing 5 issues for another $30. God knows if they even had the X Deaths of Wolverine 1 through 5 there. I didn't even bother to check because I didn't know it existed.
They did that shit too
with Powers and House of X.
Yeah, when Hickman.
At least they called them like something vastly different, like Powers and House. You have X Lives of Wolverine on the underside of the logo is X Deaths. It looks like one logo.
Yeah, when they did the Hoxpox, at least
it was.
It said, I'm pretty sure it says like when you get the first one of either one, it says you're going to need it. Like these are running concurrently. You need to read both of these. I don't like it. I'm with you. I think it's stupid. Because look, I get it. In the comic book industry, I don't think we'll ever stop doing single issues. They will never stop doing weeklies and monthlies. They'll never stop doing that because that makes them probably their most money.
I would, yeah.
But like things like that, like X Lives, X Deaths. Why, if DC can sit there and be like, you know what, let's make these stories that are trades. Let's just make these trades. Mm-hmm. Why not just do that? Because I don't even think that's probably, it might be tied to continuity. I don't know. But at the end of the day, even if it is, why not make it easier on your fucking readers? Why not make it easier on the people that are going to buy this shit?
It's a waste of 5 issues. Nothing fucking happens.
Oh, I've heard it's bad.
Nothing happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. It's, hey, here's Wolverine's greatest hits from all his comic book stories. That's it. And Jean Grey and Professor X are somehow, like, following him. And there's no continuity to it. 1 minute he's with Sabretooth and Maverick.
Then why not make it a book? Why not make it a trade then? If there's no continuity.
It's stupid. It is so waste of fucking time. At one point he becomes Omega Red and tries to kill Professor X's dad. This is one of those times that I wish we had video.
We'll get it at some point.
But I really got into the whole let's be pissed about stuff just now. So, thanks.
This is just going to be called the angry episode.
Got that out of my system. Yeah, Marvel, generally, I like what you guys do month to month, but honestly, fuck you.
What was the other book that made you like swear off Marvel for a couple weeks?
Oh, God.
I think it was another X-Men book, wasn't it?
Fuck.
I don't remember. I'd have to go back in the episodes, but yeah, you've not been very happy with...
I pretty much stayed clear of the X books because there's like 27 of them, and... I don't know which ones are connecting to which ones. Does it make you
miss when they were dead and they didn't have all these fucking books that you'd have to read?
Dude, when I was growing up, there was the Uncanny X-Men. That's it. Then they had Classic X-Men. Then they had X-Men.
Do you remember 10 years ago, we had Avengers vs. X-Men, and then I think was it Bendis? I think Bendis did a story called All New X-Men, and the storyline was they went back in time and got the first class to join up with the current versions of the first class, and it's like, what are we? Sometimes
what is going on?
Sometimes I love it when comic
books
these characters
exist in the Marvel universe now.
Sometimes I love it when these comic books are overly complex and ridiculous and weird. But then sometimes it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Why is this man going through time to have sex with his mother to be born? I will never stop bringing up Avengers 200 because it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I've read,
and it's creepy.
Yeah. It's a rape apology.
What makes me angry more than anything about that is that how many men saw that on the way to the printer, and not one of them was like, I don't think that's gross.
I don't. You should probably take my name off that. I don't want my name.
Right?
Yeah.
Countless. They're not my
we're
problem.
We're gonna wrap this episode, but there was a topic that we missed that I really wanted to talk about because
we talked about Morbius.
We talked about Ezra, but the reason I said because I was gonna tie it into this. Apparently, rumor has it that the Flashpoint movie details have been leaked, and I will tell you this right now, based on what I have seen, I hope that isn't the movie because it sounds dumb as shit.
What's going on?
I couldn't explain it to you in a short amount of time. We might do it next week.
We've already talked about the fact that neither one of us gives a fuck
I
anymore.
think we'll hold that off.
Even seeing Michael Keaton back in the Batsuit isn't enough to get me to that fucking movie.
We're gonna see it. We're gonna see it though. Unlike Morbius,
sure,
I will see that for the show.
Sure.
Morbius, I have no problems now with seeing it. But yeah. You know what's honestly sad though? When I go to see Multiverse of Madness, I'm gonna be like, well, damn it, no Morbius trailer. I've come so used to seeing this for 2 years.
Right.
And then
True.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, that's this week's episode of Off Panel
We're
Off Topic.
pissed and we're not taking it anymore.
This is the angry extra off topic episode.
We talked a long one too for having nothing to say.
Well, last week was 2 hours and we didn't talk about shit. No, we spent 30 minutes talking about trans representation, but we talked about shit, man. We covered a ton of topics. One of them including Skinamax, which
we're
never
trying
would
to
have thought in 2022 I'd be on a podcast talking about.
We're trying to bring
Skinamax.
inclusivity to comic culture and pop culture and entertainment culture. And there are far too many websites and organizations and hubs and whatnot, whatever you want to call them out there, that are ostensibly, comic centric and entertainment centric and everything, that are highly bigoted and not very thinly veiled either. And we're here to give you an alternative because it isn't about being SJW and shit like they want you to believe. It's about the world changing and art changing to reflect that world.
And
sorry.
And a quick heads up in terms of content. Next week we'll probably be going back to the traditional thing of talking about Moon Knight in the regular episode.
Yes.
The stars just aligned this past week to get it up on the day that it comes out and all that.
Yeah.
So that'll probably be back to being a part of the episode.
And the day that the Thor: Love and Thunder trailer comes out,
we might have something special.
Yeah, we might. Yeah,
we might. We might.
Can't say more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't know what day it's going out either.
And truth be told, the video will probably come out the same.
Even he's sick of us talking.
What's your problem?
He's sick of us.
You
He's
want to
like,
fight? My dog is squaring up on me right now, dude. You see this? He's ready to fight. Tyler, what drop would you like to hear to end the show today? I mean, we're gonna have the usual drop, but what would you like to hear?
I think. Do we have the? I could write a book about. You still have that one?
I could write a book about what you don't know.
Nice.
Nice.
And that's it.